Want to 10x your output without burning out? Here are the tools I use daily. I know that sounds like another productivity guru making impossible promises, but stick with me for just a moment, because what I'm about to show you isn't some time management theory or another productivity hack that requires superhuman discipline. These are actual AI tools that are doing the heavy lifting for me every single day, and they've completely transformed how I work. 6 months ago, I was drowning. I was working 70-hour weeks, constantly stressed, always behind on deadlines, and I felt like no matter how hard I worked, there was always more to do. I was that entrepreneur who answered emails at 2 a.m., who couldn't take a real vacation, and who secretly wondered if success had to come at the cost of everything else in my life. Today, I work about 35 hours a week. I produce more high-quality content than ever before. My business has grown by 300%, and I actually have time for the people and activities I care about. The difference isn't that I became superhuman. It's that I stopped trying to do everything myself and started letting AI handle the tasks that were consuming my life. I'm going to share with you the exact 3 AI tools that gave me my life back while actually accelerating my business growth. These aren't theoretical concepts or tools I heard about from someone else. These are the systems I literally use today, yesterday, and will use again tomorrow. But more importantly, I'm going to show you my actual daily workflow using these tools. You can see exactly how they work together to create what feels like having a team of intelligent assistants working 24/7 to make your life easier. If you're tired of being busy without being productive, if you're exhausted from trying to manually handle every aspect of your business, and if you're ready to finally breathe again while still achieving your goals, then what I'm about to show you will change everything. Let me paint you a picture of where I was before I discovered this approach, because I suspect it might sound familiar. Every morning, I'd wake up already feeling behind. My phone would be buzzing with notifications from overnight emails that needed responses. Social media comments, project updates, client requests, vendor communications. By the time I finished checking messages and responding to the urgent stuff, it was already 10 a.m., and I hadn't done any actual productive work yet. And I'd spend the day jumping from task to task, writing content, scheduling posts, analyzing data, updating spreadsheets, managing projects, following up with leads. Each task individually wasn't that complicated, but the sheer volume was overwhelming. I'd finish one thing only to remember 3 more things that needed to be done. I was constantly switching between different platforms, different tools, different ways of thinking. My brain felt fragmented, and my energy was scattered across dozens of small, repetitive tasks. The worst part wasn't even the workload. It was the feeling that I was spending most of my time on activities that didn't actually move the needle. I was busy, constantly busy, but not productive in any meaningful sense. I was maintaining systems instead of growing my business. I was responding to other people's priorities instead of focusing on my own strategic goals. And I know I wasn't alone in this. Every entrepreneur I talk to describes the same experience. Feeling like they're running on a hamster wheel, working harder and harder, but not getting ahead. Feeling like they have to choose between growing their business and having any kind of personal life. The traditional advice for this problem is usually about time management or delegation. But here's the issue. Most entrepreneurs don't have teams large enough to delegate meaningful amounts of work. And time management techniques only help if the problem is poor prioritization rather than genuine task overload. What I needed wasn't better time management. I needed task elimination. I needed systems that could handle the routine work automatically, so I could focus on the high-value activities that actually required human creativity and decision-making. That's where AI became a game changer. Not AI as a replacement for human intelligence, but AI as a way to automate the repetitive, time-consuming tasks that were preventing me from using my human intelligence effectively. Here's what most people don't understand about using AI for productivity. The goal isn't to make individual tasks slightly faster. The goal is to eliminate entire categories of work from your daily routine, so you can focus exclusively on the activities that create real value. When I talk about 10x productivity, I'm not saying you'll write emails 10 times faster or schedule posts 10 times quicker. I'm saying you'll free up so much mental bandwidth by automating routine tasks that your capacity for strategic thinking and creative problem solving will increase dramatically. Think about it this way. If you're currently spending 60% of your time on routine tasks and 40% on high-value work, and AI can handle 80% of those routine tasks. You're not just saving time, you're fundamentally changing how you spend your energy and attention. Instead of starting each day with a scattered brain that's already thinking about dozens of small tasks, you start with a clear mind that's ready to tackle the big challenges and opportunities. Instead of being reactive to whatever demands show up in your inbox, you become proactive about the strategic initiatives that will actually grow your business. This is the difference between incremental productivity improvements and transformational productivity breakthroughs. We're not talking about working 10% more efficiently. We're talking about restructuring your entire work life around the activities that actually matter. Tool number 1, AI for content drafting, your creative multiplier. The first tool that revolutionized my productivity is using AI for content drafting, but not in the way most people think. I'm not using AI to write finished content that I publish without editing. I'm using it as a thinking partner that helps me overcome blank page syndrome and rapidly iterate through ideas. Here's how this works in practice. When I need to create content, whether it's a blog post, an email sequence, social media content, or marketing copy, start by having a conversation with the AI about what I want to accomplish. Instead of staring at a blank document, wondering how to begin, I tell the AI about my audience, my key message, and the outcome I want to achieve. Then I ask it to generate multiple approaches to the topic, different angles I could take, various structures I could use. Within minutes, I have 5 or 6 different content frameworks to choose from. I pick the one that resonates most, ask the AI to expand on specific sections, and then I edit and refine the draft to match my voice and add my unique insights. What used to take me 3 hours, the initial brainstorming, outlining, writing first draft, and revision process, now takes about 45 minutes. But the time savings is actually the smaller benefit. The bigger benefit is that I never experience writer's block anymore. My content quality has improved because I'm always starting with a solid foundation rather than trying to create everything from scratch. For example, yesterday I needed to write a newsletter about AI productivity tools. Instead of sitting down and wondering how to start, I spent 5 minutes explaining to the AI what I wanted to cover and what outcome I wanted for my readers. The AI generated several different approaches: a step-by-step tutorial format, story-driven format, a problem-solution format, and a case study format. I chose the story-driven approach, asked the AI to create an outline with that structure, and then asked it to write a rough first draft of each section. Within 20 minutes, I had a 1,500-word draft that captured all my key points in a logical structure. I then spent another 25 minutes editing the draft, adding my personal experiences, adjusting the tone to match my voice, and incorporating specific examples from my business. The final result was better than what I usually produce when writing from scratch, and it took less than half the time. This approach works for any kind of content creation: sales pages, email sequences, social media campaigns, video scripts, podcast outlines. The AI becomes your brainstorming partner and first draft generator, which eliminates the blank page problem and dramatically accelerates your content production. But here's the key insight. I'm not trying to get the AI to write content that sounds like me. I'm using the AI to quickly generate raw material that I then shape and refine into content that reflects my unique perspective and expertise. The AI handles the heavy lifting of research, structure, and initial draft creation. I handle the creative refinement, personal insight, and quality control. Together, we produce better content faster than either of us could alone. Tool number 2, AI scheduling and task automation, your administrative assistant. The second tool that transformed my productivity is AI-powered scheduling and task automation. This goes far beyond basic calendar management. We're talking about intelligent systems that can handle complex scheduling scenarios and automate entire workflows without any ongoing input from me. Here's what my old scheduling process looked like. Someone would email me about setting up a meeting. I'd have to check my calendar, look at their availability, suggest times, wait for their response, send calendar invites, send up Zoom links, send confirmation emails with agenda items, and add prep tasks to my task list. This back and forth could easily consume 20 to 30 minutes per meeting, and I was scheduling dozens of meetings every week. It was death by 1,000 paper cuts. No. Individual scheduling task was particularly difficult, but the cumulative time and mental energy was massive. Now, I have an AI scheduling system that handles all of this automatically. When someone wants to meet with me, they interact with an AI assistant that understands my availability preferences, meeting requirements, and scheduling constraints. The AI can have natural language conversations about scheduling.
Nice.
If someone says, "I'd like to meet next week, but I'm only available in the mornings," the AI understands that constraint and only offers appropriate times. And if they need a 90-minute meeting instead of my standard 60 minutes, the AI adjusts accordingly. If they want to reschedule, the AI handles the entire process without involving me. But it goes much deeper than just calendar management. The AI also handles the entire workflow around each meeting. It automatically sends pre-meeting questionnaires to gather information I need for productive conversations. It creates agenda items based on the meeting purpose. It sets up the appropriate video conferencing links. It sends calendar invites with all relevant information included. After the meeting, it automatically sends follow-up emails with next steps, adds relevant tasks to my project management system, and updates my CRM with notes and action items. What used to require multiple manual steps is now completely automated. The task automation extends to many other areas of my business. Email responses to common questions, social media posting, invoice generation, client onboarding processes, project status updates. I've identified the repetitive workflows that consumed significant time and automated as much of them as possible. For example, when a new client signs up for my services, the AI automatically sends them a welcome sequence, schedules their onboarding calls, creates their project folders, sets up their access to relevant tools, and adds all the necessary tasks to my project management system. What used to take me 2 hours of administrative work per new client now happens automatically. The key to effective automation isn't trying to automate everything. It's identifying the specific workflows that are repetitive, time-consuming, and don't require human creativity or judgment. Then you design AI systems that can handle these workflows more efficiently than manual processes. The result is that I spend virtually no time on administrative tasks anymore. My calendar manages itself, my routine communications happen automatically, and my project workflows run smoothly without constant oversight. I've essentially created an invisible administrative assistant that works 24/7 and never makes scheduling mistakes. Tool number 3, AI Analytics Dashboards, your business intelligence partner. The third tool that revolutionized my productivity is AI-powered analytics dashboards that automatically track, analyze, and report on all the key metrics in my business. Instead of spending hours each week manually pulling data from different platforms and trying to identify trends, I have intelligent systems that continuously monitor my business performance and alert me to important changes. Here's how my old analytics process worked. Every Monday morning, I'd spend 2 to 3 hours logging into different platforms' Google Analytics, social media accounts, email marketing tools, sales systems, financial software, and manually pulling data into spreadsheets. Then I'd spend another hour trying to identify patterns, compare performance to previous periods, and figure out what the data was telling me about my business. By the time I finished this process, it was already noon on Monday, and I'd used up my highest energy time of the week on data compilation rather than strategic decision-making. The insights I got from this manual process were always backward-looking and often incomplete. I could tell you what happened last week or last month, but I couldn't easily identify emerging trends or predict future performance. And because the process was so time-consuming, I often skipped it when things got busy, which meant I was flying blind during the times when data insights were most important. Now, I have AI dashboards that automatically pull data from all my business systems, analyze the trends, and present the insights in formats that make decision-making easy. Every morning, I receive a briefing that tells me not just what happened yesterday, but what it means and what I should do about it. For example, the AI doesn't just tell me that email open rates were 3.2% lower than usual last week. It tells me that this decline correlates with a change in send timing, that similar patterns occurred during the same period last year, and that adjusting the send schedule back to the previous timing should restore performance. It doesn't just show me that website traffic increased by 15% last month. It identifies which traffic sources drove the increase, which content pieces performed best, which visitor behaviors predict conversion, and which marketing activities I should double down on to sustain the growth. The AI continuously monitors dozens of key performance indicators across my entire business and automatically alerts me when something requires attention. If conversion rates drop below normal ranges, if customer acquisition costs spike, if engagement metrics change significantly, know immediately, instead of discovering these issues weeks later during my manual analysis. But the real power is in the predictive insights. The AI doesn't just tell me what happened, it tells me what's likely to happen based on current trends. It identifies seasonal patterns, predicts future performance, and recommends proactive adjustments before problems become crises. This has completely changed how I make business decisions. Instead of reacting to problems after they've impacted my results, I'm making proactive adjustments based on early indicators. Instead of guessing which strategies are working best, I have clear data about what's driving results and what isn't. Most importantly, I've gone from spending 15 to 20 hours per month on data analysis to spending maybe 2 to 3 hours per month reviewing insights and making decisions based on them. The AI handles all the data compilation, trend analysis, and insight generation. I just focus on strategic decision-making based on clear, actionable information. Let me walk you through what a typical day looks like now that I'm using these 3 AI tools, because I think seeing the integrated workflow will help you understand how transformational this approach can be. I wake up at 7 a.m., and instead of immediately drowning in emails and notifications, I start with a 20-minute review of my AI-generated daily briefing. This tells me everything I need to know about what happened in my business overnight, what's on my schedule for today, and what priorities I should focus on. The AI has already handled any routine communications that came in overnight. Customer service inquiries have been answered, meeting requests have been processed, and urgent issues have been escalated to me with suggested responses. My calendar is optimized based on my energy patterns and priority tasks. From 7:30 to 9:30 a.m., I focus exclusively on high-value, creative works, strategic planning, content creation, business development. I don't check email or social media during this time because I know the AI is handling anything that doesn't require my personal attention. When I do create content during this time, I'm using the AI drafting tools to quickly iterate through ideas and generate initial drafts. What used to be my most stressful and time-consuming activity, creating quality content, consistently has become enjoyable and efficient. From 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., I handle meetings and collaborative work. All of these meetings were automatically scheduled by the AI, with proper prep time blocked around each one. Agenda items generated based on meeting purposes, and relevant information preloaded in my notes. After each meeting, the AI automatically handles follow-up tasks, sending recap emails, updating project statuses, scheduling next steps, and adding relevant information to my CRM. I don't have to remember to do any of these administrative tasks. They happen automatically. From 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. is lunch and a break from screen time. I can actually disconnect during this time because I know the AI systems are monitoring everything and will alert me if anything truly urgent comes up. From 1:30 to 4:30 p.m., I focus on strategic work and business development. This is when I do my deepest thinking, work on long-term projects, and handle the high-level activities that actually grow my business. Because the AI has handled all the routine tasks, I can dedicate my peak afternoon energy to the work that matters most. Throughout the day, my AI analytics dashboards are continuously monitoring business performance and updating me on anything that requires attention. Instead of wondering how things are going, I always have real-time insights into what's working and what isn't. By 4:30 p.m., I'm essentially done with work for the day. Any remaining routine tasks are handled by the AI systems overnight. Any urgent issues are automatically escalated with suggested responses. My calendar for tomorrow is already optimized and prepared. The result is that I work fewer hours, but accomplish more meaningful work. I'm less stressed because I'm not constantly switching between different types of tasks. I'm more strategic because I have the mental bandwidth to focus on big-picture thinking. And I'm more creative because I'm not exhausted from handling dozens of small, repetitive tasks. The emotional impact of this transformation has been as significant as the productivity gains. Remember that feeling I described at the beginning, waking up already behind, constantly stressed, never feeling caught up? That's completely gone. Now I wake up feeling calm and in control. I know that the important routine tasks are being handled automatically. I know that my schedule is optimized for productivity. I know that I'll have real-time insights into how my business is performing without having to spend hours compiling data. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by everything I have to do, I feel excited about the meaningful work I get to focus on, instead of being reactive to whatever demands show up in my inbox. I'm proactive about the strategic initiatives that will grow my business. The phrase that keeps coming to mind is finally, I can breathe. For the first time in years, I have space in my life for things other than work. I can take real vacations without anxiety, because I know the AI systems will handle routine operations. I can spend time with friends and family without constantly checking my phone, because I trust that important issues will be escalated appropriately. But perhaps most importantly, my business results have improved dramatically while I'm working less. When you eliminate the busy work and focus exclusively on high-value activities, the impact on your business outcomes is remarkable. My content quality has improved because I have more time and energy for creative refinement. My customer relationships are stronger because I'm more present and strategic in my interactions. My business development is more effective because I can focus on relationship building rather than administrative tasks. This isn't about working smarter instead of harder. It's about working on the right things instead of everything. It's about using AI to handle the tasks that drain your energy, so you can focus on the activities that energize and fulfill you. Now, you might be wondering how to actually implement these tools in your own business. The key is to start with one area where you're experiencing the most pain and frustration, rather than trying to automate everything at once. If you're spending too much time on content creation and constantly struggling with writer's block, start with AI drafting tools. Begin by using AI to help with brainstorming and initial drafts for one type of content, maybe email newsletters or social media posts. Get comfortable with the workflow, refine your prompting techniques, and gradually expand to other content types. If you're drowning in scheduling and administrative tasks, focus on automation tools first. Start by automating your meeting scheduling process, then gradually add other routine workflows like client onboarding, invoice generation, or follow-up communications. If you're making business decisions based on gut feelings rather than data, because analyzing metrics takes too much time, begin with AI analytics dashboards. Start by automating the reports you currently create manually, then gradually add predictive insights and automated alerts. The most important thing is to choose tools that integrate well with your existing systems and workflows. You don't want to create more complexity by adding platforms that don't communicate with each other. Look for AI tools that can connect to the software you're already using rather than requiring you to completely restructure your tech stack. Also, plan for a learning curve. These tools become dramatically more effective as you learn how to use them strategically, but that takes time and experimentation. Don't expect immediate perfection. Expect gradual improvement as you refine your approach. Most importantly, measure the impact. Track how much time you're saving, what quality improvements you're seeing, and how your business results change as you implement these tools. This will help you identify which aspects are working well and where you might need to adjust your approach. Here's what I can promise you. If you implement these AI productivity tools effectively, you will get your life back while actually improving your business results. You'll stop feeling like you're constantly playing catch-up and start feeling like you're in control of your time and energy. You'll rediscover the excitement of working on your business instead of just in your business. You'll have the mental bandwidth for strategic thinking, creative problem solving, and relationship building, the activities that actually create sustainable business growth. Most importantly, you'll prove to yourself that success doesn't have to come at the cost of everything else you care about. You can build a thriving business while still having time for family, friends, hobbies, and personal growth. The entrepreneurs who master AI productivity tools won't just be more efficient. They'll be operating with a completely different relationship to work. They'll see opportunities where others see obstacles. They'll have energy where others feel burned out. And they'll achieve better results with less effort. This isn't about becoming superhuman. It's about becoming strategic. It's about leveraging intelligent tools to amplify your natural capabilities rather than trying to manually handle every aspect of your business. The choice is yours. You can continue the exhausting cycle of trying to do everything yourself, Or you can start building AI systems that handle the routine work, so you can focus on what matters most. I know which path leads to both better business results and a better quality of life, and now you do too. Comment productivity below, and I'll share my full AI stack, every tool I use, how I've configured them, and the exact workflows that have transformed how I work. This isn't just a list of software recommendations, it's a complete blueprint for implementing AI productivity systems in your own business. If this video has shown you a new way to think about productivity and work-life balance, hit that like button to help other entrepreneurs discover these strategies. And if you want more content about leveraging AI and technology to build a more sustainable, enjoyable business, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. I publish new videos every week that are designed to help you work smarter, not harder, so you can achieve your business goals without sacrificing everything else that matters to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.